My name is Insane Raven, and this is Tales of the Hunt, a bi-weekly show where I talk about the platinum hunt that I go on with every game I do, giving tips and tricks along the way, so if you want to join the hunt, you can too. And I'm going to be very real with you guys. I should not be making this episode. Basically, there are only 25 trophies in this list, which is very short. Most of them are story related, and it is just, there's not enough content for me to do a full podcast episode on. But I then look at the last month where we did 8 videos on some pretty decently big games, and I look at the fact that I absolutely love this game. This is a game that I love so much that after platinuming it, I went out. Hold on, I gotta get up. Even though you can't see this, I gotta get up for 1 second. And bought the collector's edition of this game. You hear that? That is my sealed copy of Coffee Talk physical. I will not sell this game. I have the art book that comes with it. The soundtrack never leaves my car for long stressful trips, and I absolutely love the box that this thing comes in. It has the main character front and center with Coffee Talk, her laptop, and it's just literally the most beautiful thing I own. I love this game so much, and the fact that it was made in the game Def Jam is just the greatest thing to me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just opened it up. I'm not sure if you could hear that, but the stickers of all the main characters, of all the profile pictures that have come into it. And I know that I'm more or less going to talk about the collector's edition, but I need you guys to understand how much I love this game. Because it comes with the sticker pack that has all the profile pictures inside the game. It comes with a giant poster of the game, which as soon as I get an actual office, I'm hanging up for sale. It comes with a collection of character portrait cards for all of the essentially pairings of the game, even though none of them are really dating, except for one, and another one's a father-daughter duo, and arguably the main character that you've been staring at this entire time. No, I'm not talking about my Raven character, but I love this game. I absolutely cannot recommend this game enough. If you like coffee, if you like just that chill, lo-fi type of style, you need to play this game. It's almost owed to yourself. This is lo-fi beats to study and chill and hang out to, the game. And it takes place in this beautiful coffee shop in an alternate reality. Oh, I'm struggling to put this away. Alternate reality Seattle in a coffee shop. The story it's telling is so human and so based off of its characters that I absolutely love this game. I could talk for hours, and I do mean hours on end, I'm not going to do that. Come on. On just this soundtrack. Andrew Jeremy has done such a fantastic job with this soundtrack that, like I said, I listen to it in my car routinely. I love it so much. Oh my gosh, guys. If you like indie games, if you like just any of the things that I like, if I've ever said something, and you're you know what, I kind of agree with that statement, and I kind of want to see what more this guy is doing, and you haven't already hit the like button and subscribed, oh my god, what? Just go ahead and do it. If you're the type of person who loves coffee shops but doesn't want to be a part of the Starbucks crowd, just go look at it. Oh my gosh. I would wholesale, if you guys wanted, I would do a whole series of just making the drinks that are based off of this game. I would make these drink combinations and just put them out there. I love them so much. Like, oh my gosh, they're so great. Like, the art book comes in with this little bit of like artist commentary on each of the designs. It comes with just the telling of how everything came to be, all the different like sketches and other things, like little emojis, little like main key art for it, the box art. Which, by the way, I do want to shout this out just because I'm opening up the book, and because it is what is on the collector's edition of this box. This beautiful, beautiful box by Strictly Limited, by the way. I'm only giving you love and support this one time because you gave me this one. I don't know you guys. Don't do anything terrible. But the illustration for the box art is done by an Indonesian famous illustrator and comic artist, An Mulana. I hope I said that right. Please don't hate me. She worked on her comic book called I'm so concerned on how that's going to be pronounced. So I'm going to spell it out. And then I'm going to try to say it. And I'm sorry in advance. Raarurien. Raruin? I think that is. I'm going to assume. And recently worked with Horizon Zero Dawn for their comic series. Her illustration style resonates very well with Coffee Talk, and we are glad to have her work here. It is beautiful. I feel like I'm just repeating a lot, but it's so good, and everyone is like so wholesome. Even the horny astronaut, everyone is just so wholesome and beautiful. They put in all the comics from the game that you can collect for getting different endings and different things. Like just the comics. After the game was released, many fans were asking for more stories involving the characters and Coffee Talk. And we decided, I'm reading directly from the art book, from the back of the art book, by the way. We decided to make short stories in the form of comic pages. Cosmic Network, without doubt, was our number one pick when it comes to story and comic development, since they have a lot of experience with an Indonesian comic industry. Their passionate and professional work is shown in these comics, where they closely work with us to craft side stories for each characters, and we were glad to have them working with these comics. This is such a cool game! Like, I love this game so much, and I know I'm saying it a lot, but I don't know what else to say. The music is so good. The characters are so great. I wish I could have them as my friends, just all of them, and be like, you're my group. All of you. Even the fuddy-duddy dad and the weird horny astronaut. You're all my people. You're all my people. Ugh. I'm supposed to be talking about trophies, but I am just 1,000% staring at this comic book, this comic art. Ugh. Beautiful. I should probably be talking about trophies, because that's what you're here for. You're here for me to talk about stories, not to read. Reading's for nerds, guys. Well, I hope you don't feel that way, because this is, for all intents and purposes, a visual novel-esque game with large coffee making mechanics. You're going to make your cups of coffee and your ingredients by taking a base of a liquid, tea, coffee, milk, or what am I forgetting? I'm forgetting one. I think it's just tea, coffee, and I'm flipping through the book because I have all the answers in my hands. They're all right here. It's so nice to have answers in your hands. Chocolate. Chocolate was the other one. So it's coffee, tea, milk. No. Coffee. What? ¿Qué? ¿Qué es esto? Coffee, tea, green tea. That's the difference. It's tea and green tea. And then chocolate with milk as a side. There it is. And then you're taking a bunch of different ingredients and you're mixing and matching them to create coffee drinks to serve and be the best barista. Just the best barista in the game. And you're just hanging out and you're listening to the stories of your Patreons. And I don't want to run a coffee shop because my caffeine addiction is terrible and don't give me reason to like go all in on it. But I want to run this coffee shop. It is beautiful. Just this world is great. And if I can just give so much love, pure love, to the developers who made this game in a game jam. Y'all pumped this out in 24 hours. Yes, the amount of talent sickens me. I love it. But let's talk about the trophies. Let's talk about why you guys are actually here. I'm gonna stop fanboying so hard on this game. And I'm going to try to talk about trophies without spoiling anything, because a lot of this, like I said, is all based off the story. There's a sidebar mode that basically just makes you make endless drinks, and which lets you experiment and kind of play with the drinks that you're making. And then there's a barista mode. Well, you are trying to make drinks as if you are an actual barista. They're not. It is either they're telling you straight up what the order is, and you're trying to go in for a streak, and it is so much fun, and it feels good. It feels so good by the end of it when you know your orders, you know your customers, and you're just like yeah. Oh my god. I'm listening to myself like from a third person essentially, and it's like I feel like a corporate shell. Doesn't it feel good to make your customers happy? No, I'm talking about Coffee Talk. I'm talking about a video game. I'm talking about happy people who make me happy. Fuck off. Go leave me alone. Stop. Can they attack me? Can they sue me for something like that if I just say stop? Yeah. I don't know. It's a bookstore. Yep. Tis a bookstore. Freya. I love it. Oh, and Dio, I want to just give another huge shout out, because like I said, the characters and the artwork of this game was so... really want to make this game with the characters and the music. So between Andrew Jeremy destroying it with the soundtrack, just making a place where I genuinely want to hang out after school, to do college work and just do whatever needs to get done. And Dio Mahesa making and creating beautiful characters that are super unique and super, just like such a great fusion of fantasy and urban elements. I love it. I absolutely love it. Just so much yes. So much yes. Yes. Okay. No. Okay. I said I was going to talk about trophies and not just flip through an art book, the caffeine compendium that you can't see. Okay. Let's talk about trophies. I'm so happy I get to talk about this game on the channel. You don't even know how happy I am that I get to share this game with you guys. Because there are so many indie games that just don't get love. And I'm so happy that this is going to be a game that gets love. Hello? No, whatever. My phone buzzed and I was very distracted for a second. Trophies. We're going to talk about trophies now. No more Coffee Talk book. Trophies. Okay. Well, welcome to Coffee Talk. It is the first trophy you're going to get, and it's for starting a new game, a new campaign. Super easy. You don't even have to think about it getting it. First brew your first drink. Again, super easy. It happens immediately. So easy. It's a masterpiece. Create and serve your first latte art. This is something that I absolutely love that you can do. And I tried for a really hard time to make some beautiful and good art, but nothing could come out of it. So you have to use the PS4's like little black screen on the controller to try to make like detailed art, and I could not for the life of me get it right. But thankfully, the game doesn't test you artistic ability. The audience though will like critique you for hiccuping in there. That's not fun. Achievement unlocked is for reaching a certain point in the story. Is this it? Serve the wrong drink for the first time. I did this to just fuck with Freya. Freya is the green-haired girl that you've been staring at the entire time. My absolute love. My absolute platonic love. I wish I was her best friend. I really do. Like, she's so cool and just so like, yes. Of course the best place for you to get your work done is in a coffee shop. And of course you can do your best work at night. Of course you do. Let's go hang out. I'm over here thirsty for a video game character. It's not even thirsty. That's the wrong word. I'm just like, let's hang out. Be my friend. Be my best friend. The next trophy is for trash your... let me start over. It's for trash your drink for the first time. This can actually be done in any mode that lets you make drinks. Any mode besides jukebox mode, I think. And it's so simple. Serve 10 correct drinks in a single session of challenge mode. The barista trainee trophy. The challenge mode was what I was talking about earlier. This is the mode that's going to test you on if you are an actual barista. Are you the best barista in the game? The word barista has no meaning anymore. But it is a really fun mode that once you get up to like the 50, it feels so good. There are 3 different barista trophies. Barista trainee, barista... I'm just going to do this right now just to kind of like get over it. Barista expert and barista guru. Barista expert gets you 25 drinks and barista guru gets you 50 drinks. But we're going to talk about those later. In order. We're always going to do it in order. So there's that. We are all friends. It's meet every character in the game. That's just going to be a really simple campaign trophy. As long as you're going to play through the entire campaign, you'll get that trophy. No issue. Boom, bang, bah. Love of my life. This is a campaign trophy. I'm not going to tell you what this is. Because this is a spoiler. Oh, even the name is kind of a spoiler. I'm gonna be honest. Gala had a fit is another spoiler because I'm not gonna tell you. But again, these 2 trophies you'll get done just by playing the game naturally and by paying attention when you're playing the game. There's a certain drink that you have to make for that character, which again you'll know. And it's quite simple. Like, another reason why I didn't want to make this podcast episode, even though I love this game and I love talking about this game, is because I feel like there's so much of this game. It's meant to be explored and it's meant to be discovered on your own terms. That, like, I know like the whole stick of the show is that I tell you about like the journey and like tips and tricks, but like no, just play the game by itself. Just play it and listen to it. Jeremy Gendrew, which is not his name, it's Jeremy Andrew, and that makes me have a stroke trying to say, is for listening to all the songs. Again, just doing jukebox mode, just kind of like hanging out when you're doing it. You'll get the trophies. Super easy. Father and daughter, another campaign trophy. There's a spark. Interstellar support. Is that it? All of those are for playing through the story mode once to conclusion. Not that difficult. But again, like I said, that all of these trophies are just so narrative driven that all the rest of them aren't. And I'll be able to talk a little bit more about them, but it's no big deal. Next trophy. Art takes time. Spend a total of 1 hour making latte arts. I literally just went to the free play mode, clicked on latte art, and just hung out listening to the music. Like, I could have easily have done this trophy and then done something else in the meantime, but I just sat out, hung out, and listened to music. Like, listened to Andrew Jeremy's blissful soundtrack. So good. Master Brewer is again for spending some time in that mode, but making all the special drinks. Then you have which is like the art book is based off of, a coffee compendium. For finishing the coffee compendium, you're going to get this trophy, the Master Brewer, which I highly recommend doing after you do a single playthrough, and then coming into the free play mode, essentially learning and experimenting and having fun with it to get that Master Brewer trophy, which then you can then turn right back around and go into the challenge mode and just bang out Barista Expert for getting 25 in a row and Barista Guru for getting 50 correct drinks in a row. As you continue to progress, it gets harder and harder. The first 10 to even 15, they tell you exactly what they want. It's like, I want this, this, and this. And then around 15 to I want to say 30, they start doing things where it's like, okay, well, now I want this drink. And if you don't have that full coffee compendium, you kind of just start guessing on the fly. And when you're on a timer and each incorrect drink takes away extra time on top of the time you're already losing, it's just not something you want to be doing, and it will cause you to lose. Even after having a full compendium and knowing pretty well how all the mixtures works, I still barely got the Barista Guru trophy on the attempt that I did it. I remember having 1 second left on the clock when I got 50, and it was the most intense thing, and I loved it. Art Connoisseur, it's get all the gallery. This is for maxing out all of your social media stats, for going and looking through the comics that you get in the art gallery, and just exploring around and playing the game. The God of Caffeine trophy. This is for finding the secret behind the barista. Again, I'm not going to tell you, because spoilers. I probably shouldn't have even read that out, because, spoilers. But there it is. Social media fever. Let's talk about this trophy. I hate social media. I hate social media fever, because it is not that it's a bad trophy or glitched out trophy like I originally thought it was, but this is your 100% completion of the campaign trophy. It just doesn't say it is. So there comes a line really early in the game where it's like, sometimes being the best barista has nothing to do with giving the customer what they ask for, but it's for giving them what they need. And that clues you in. Again, if you have a complete compendium, it becomes much easier. But I forget off the top of my head what day it is, because you have about 2 weeks worth of days. It kind of plays like Persona in that way. Well, characters will tell you about their lives in the scenarios. Like, at one point, the cop goes, "Yeah, I just have a really achy throat, really congested. I'm not feeling that good." And then there's a drink you can make called cough syrup. So you make him then, even though he never said, I want the cough syrup drink, or here are the recipe or the ingredients for a cough syrup drink. By making him the cough syrup drink, you are adding to the social media fever trophy. Similar when Freya is absolutely exhausted, you have to make her a drink called the bed chamber. And she gets really upset with you, actually, about it. But in the end, it ends up being what she needs. And it's by doing stuff like that that gets you the trophy. there are definitely guides on how to get the perfect ending. I don't think you should follow them. I think you should just kind of puzzle it out. After everything I just told you and how the game is, this game deserves every minute of your time. I love this game. It is the perfect length, and if it was any longer, I would hate this game. And that's getting the last trophy of coffee and chill, get all trophy. It's just so good. Like, I loved it. I love this game. And I cannot recommend this enough. It even has a fast forward feature if like you have to play again. So you know it's like, oh, I've already seen this, just fast forwarded. Oh, fast forward is no longer an option. I must not have seen this before. Got it. And just stuff like that. But I've been talking about 25 minutes about this game that doesn't even have that many trophies as we cross the 26-minute mark. But I swear, if you guys love indie games, if you love just that coffee house feel, you owe it to yourself to play this game. I am so happy I have a physical edition, collector's edition of this game. It is one of my prized possessions, and I say that unironically. I love this game. And one of these days, I'm going to go to a convention. I'm going to gender bend the hell out of Freya, and I'm going to cosplay as her. Because I love it. I love it so much. I love her. I love this game. And I'm pretty sure I've said the words I love it so much that all of you hate me now. And all of you hate that phrase. So I'm going to stop saying that. I'm going to thank you guys for coming out. And I will see you guys in my next episode. If there's an indie game that you love as much as I love this game, that you can talk about just nothing about it because you want people to experience it, but still talk for 27 minutes, let me know. I want to hear your passion. And who knows, if it has a platinum trophy, I might even play it on the channel just to show some more love and support to indie games and smaller developers. Like, we did a bunch of big name games for our Double Phobia month, and playing Coffee Talk felt like I was coming back to my roots. I love smaller games, and I love smaller stories that are just so interesting. And Coffee Talk is definitely one of them. So if there are any more games like that, any more games I can like get back to my roots in that way, let me know. And I look forward to playing them, and I look forward to talking about all their trophies and singing their praises or shitting all over them, because I have 2 modes right here along with you guys. Thank you for joining me for this hunt, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.